Having been a hunter for many years, I've experienced quite a few thrilling chases. But stepping foot in Louisiana for the first time, everything still made me restless and excited like a rookie. The air here was thick with the smell of damp earth, dry leaves rustling beneath my feet, and wild sounds occasionally echoing from afar. I knew I was about to enter a hunt unlike any I'd experienced before. We had carefully planned the hunt for several days, and now it was time to officially begin. First, the whole team took advantage of early morning to check the bait traps. In Louisiana, hunting laws are very strict, especially regarding mechanical traps that can injure animals. Therefore, bait traps are still widely used and considered more legal. Look over there, a herd of wild boars, busily rooting around the trap. My heart rate spiked. I raised my gun, aimed at the boar standing closest to the edge for the best shot, then squeezed the trigger. The shot rang out, and the boar collapsed instantly. The rest scattered in panic. It was a bit disappointing to take down only one, but such a start wasn't bad at all. Leaving the trap area, I happened to come across a deep waterhole with a few wild boars lingering nearby. Though not very large in size, each one looked plump and healthy, enough to stir the hunter's blood in me. However, these creatures were incredibly sensitive and alert. Even the slightest noise would set them off, and they'd scatter before I had any chance to take aim. In the end, I decided to climb up a high hunting stand to lie in wait. One wild boar slowly approached the stand, unaware of the danger ahead. This was my chance. I quickly raised my gun and fired, but the shot missed, and the lucky boar managed to escape. A gentle start like that was enough. I climbed down from the stand and began to carry my rifle deeper into the forest, searching for traces of other boars. It didn't take long before the next target appeared. Today was truly a lucky day for me. I kept running into one group after another. This time, I couldn't rush it. I quietly raised my gun, held my breath, focused my eyes for a perfect aim, and pulled the trigger. A single clean shot, the boar crashed down hard, lying stiff on the forest floor. By the afternoon, the whole team decided to change tactics. We drove an airboat to hunt wild boars out in the fields. I sat on the deck of the boat, clutching my gun tightly and scanning every nook and cranny. There it was, a boar appeared on the right without any signal. My friend Ash immediately steered in that direction, waiting until the boat ran parallel to the prey. With a perfect aim, I didn't hesitate to pull the trigger. The shot didn't instantly take down the boar, but it wounded it badly enough that it jumped up, then lay thrashing until it was exhausted. Just look at its size, clearly a formidable pest. Luckily, today we managed to take it down. Driving an airboat to hunt wild boars in the fields is definitely an experience you must try in Louisiana. Unlike the tension in every step through the forest, the vast open fields become a playground of speed and reflexes. The roaring roaring engine and the sound of digging into the ground easily alert the boars and make them flee, so there's no room for hesitation. As soon as the prey shows up, we have to aim quickly and squeeze the trigger in a split second. One missed shot and the boars will slip into the tall grass and disappear immediately. Ash steered the airboat to another, less dense area. The hunters in the team split up, each watching a different direction. 15 minutes passed in silence when suddenly Harry stood up and pointed forward. A small wild boar was glimpsed in the distance. A burst of gunfire rang out. The target was completely taken down. So another boar's carcass was loaded onto the boat. The hunt ended with results beyond expectations. Although the whole team was exhausted, everyone was filled with excitement. Louisiana did not disappoint. Wild boars, the experience, and the feeling of satisfaction after each successful shot are truly hard to describe in words. How do you feel about today's hunt? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to follow more thrilling hunts.
"40 wild boars in Morocco were taken down in just 3 hours. You heard that right. What exactly happened to them? Follow us to find out. Today, my hunting group and I headed to Morocco for a new challenge, hunting wild boars. Hunting wild boars here is legal and even encouraged by the government. That's why, during hunting season, many professional groups like ours come here to experience the thrill and break our previous records. After 4 hours of driving on dusty dirt roads, we finally arrived in Morocco. Unlike other places, hunting wild boars here does not require special permits as they are considered agricultural pests. With a clear plan laid out, we began our search for targets. About 10 minutes later, the first prey appeared. I quickly took it down with a single decisive shot. Luck was on our side again when a wild boar appeared at the foot of the mountain. The group got excited and immediately launched an attack. I chose the perfect shooting angle, held the gun steady, and pulled the trigger confidently. However, the boar moved quickly and kept changing directions. It took several shots before I finally brought down the vicious creature. Continuing the hunt, we moved to the mountain peak. There, I spotted a wild boar dashing across my path. Without hesitation, I fired. Despite being wounded, the boar still tried to escape. I chased after it immediately and fired another shot, bringing it down completely. We positioned hunters and our elite hunting dogs across all key locations. So, whenever wild boars appeared, they stood no chance of escaping our line of fire. Thanks to smart tactics, many wild boars were eliminated. From the top of the mountain, my eyes caught sight of a wild boar fleeing from the chasing dogs. I quickly got into position, gently raised my gun, and fired the moment I had a clear shot. With the sound of the shot, the dark figure immediately collapsed, motionless. Not far from the bushes, our clever dogs seemed to have caught a scent. They quickly launched their attack. Just a few firm shots from the barrel, and wild boars dropped to the ground, writhing in pain. The dogs rushed in, pinning down and finishing off the fierce beasts. No time to rest. Another echo of gunfire snapped me back into action. A dark shape charged down, but was immediately stopped by a veteran shooter like me. 3 loud gunshots rang out, ending the prey's escape once and for all. Following the barking of our hounds, we pushed through thick foliage and descended the mountainside. The dogs seemed to have picked up a strong scent and barked furiously. With the prey right in front of us, my friend held his breath, calmly pulled the trigger. At such close range, the brutal beast stood no chance. The next day, our phone notified us of a massive herd of wild boars in a nearby area. We decided to head there by car. It was a vast orchard where we planned a large-scale ambush. Suddenly, wild boars burst out of the bushes, charging across the road while being fiercely chased by our dogs. We kept loading and firing non-stop. Some of them ran incredibly fast, but most couldn't escape our scopes. After dealing with the boars in the orchard, we returned to the mountain area from the previous day to continue our mission. With a larger group and a clearer strategy, we were confident this would be a successful hunt. The entire herd panicked and scattered in all directions. Everything happened fast and fiercely. They kept growling and charging. We stayed fully focused, eyes locked on our moving targets. Gun barrels aimed and ready. The sound of gunfire echoed relentlessly as one by one, the wild boars fell. We brought our trophies back and took a break in the car, sharing our excitement from the hunt while enjoying Morocco's majestic scenery. Morocco, a beautiful land with dramatic hunts. We'll likely return next hunting season to break today's record. What did you think about our hunt? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell so you won't miss our next adventures. The sun has just risen, and the morning dew still clings to the leaves. But the village's tranquility has been shattered. Wild boar tracks are imprinted on the dirt road, leading straight to devastated gardens. The herd had arrived in the dead of night, ruthlessly destroying everything in their path. We've had enough. It's time to fight back. The hunting team quickly gathers, checks weapons, and finalizes the plan. Today, not a single bull will leave this place unscathed. Wild boars invading residential areas aren't just a safety issue, they also cause severe economic, environmental, and public health impacts. To minimize risks, residents should report sightings to authorities immediately, avoid direct contact, and take proper preventive measures. Following the tracks, we pursue a group of boars ravaging a cornfield. The moment we approach, they bolt, vanishing into the thick brush. Their location is pinpointed. We encircle and drive them out of their hiding spots. Weapons ready. Targets in sight. The entire team opens fire. Perfect. A strong start. These are excellent trophies. However, our main hunting ground isn't the fields, but a nearby hill. Fresh tracks indicate another herd recently slipped into the area. From the hilltop, I adjust my scope, scanning the surroundings. There they are. The wild boars we've been tracking. We can't let them escape. The hunting dogs are released first, chasing the herd. Once the boars are in the open, we fire. One by one, they fall. A wounded one tries to flee, but is quickly finished off. The rest have no chance of breaking through our perimeter. It seems we found the right spot. More and more targets keep appearing. To maximize efficiency, we split up and approach from different angles. And close enough, the chase begins. The boars scatter in all directions, panic stricken. Many are taken down in the first volley. But we don't stop. A few stragglers attempting to escape are also eliminated. The overwhelming success fuels our excitement. Determined to claim even more trophies, we push forward. The ferocity of the battle has frightened the remaining boars into hiding. So, we set up an ambush, waiting for the perfect moment. Over an hour passes before a familiar dark silhouette appears in our sights. No way we're letting this one go. With a crisp gunshot, a massive wild boar is taken down right on the trail. Its herd must be nearby. We intensify the search and move toward the opposite hill, where we spot a large herd fleeing in single file. We act fast. The team splits. One group cuts them off from the front, while the other flanks from behind, blocking their escape. The battle erupts. More than half the herd is eliminated. Think it's over? Not yet. Survivors are still hiding. Fresh tracks in the damp soil lead us to an open plain. Sensing danger, the boars pick up speed. We tighten the perimeter and strike again. With years of hunting experience, we ensure no target escapes. While collecting our trophies, a teammate spots another boar, disoriented and panicked. We rush to assist, but one precise shot takes it down instantly. And that's a wrap for today's hunt. Get your adrenaline pumping? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thrilling hunts. See you next time.